Hi all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. In my last video, I told you about the urgent search for 17-year-old honor student JENNALEAH HIN in Henderson, Nevada. It was reported that JENNALEAH left her home without her cell phone or any money after an argument she had with her parents on the evening of December 30th of 2024. An extensive search of the desert near her home took place in the days following the argument, after JENNALEAH was seen on a neighbor's surveillance camera heading in that direction, and a scent dog picked up her trail that way also. And as the days passed with no sign of her, concern grew that she may have been lost in the desert with no food or water. Then, almost a week later, a hiker found a body, roughly a mile away from JENNALEAH's home. When police investigated, they said the deceased was a woman, fitting the description given of JENNALEAH HIN. Then the Clark County Coroner's Office confirmed that the deceased was, in fact, JENNALEAH.
All right, Ted. Well, the search for a 17-year-old Foothill High School student comes to a tragic end on Sunday. Henderson police located a body that matched the description of 17-year-old Jenna Hin, and today the coroner confirmed it is her.
Hin was found in a desert area near Horizon Ridge and Mission Drive after a week after she had left home. That's where 8 News Now reporter Brian Will joins us.
Family describe her as a straight-A student, and this evening a small makeshift memorial has gathered here where her body was found on Sunday for the Foothill High School student.
Our home's broken without you.
17-year-old JENNALEAH HIN walked away from home after an argument with her parents on December 30th. She left with no phone or money. That's when Red Rock Search and Rescue was called in.
Helicopters, drones, motorcycles, side-by-sides, 4x4s, and K-9 team.
On Thursday, one of the dogs picked up her scent, but it wasn't until Sunday morning when her body was discovered just a mile away from her home in Henderson. In a letter to parents, Foothill High School offered counselors for students on Monday. Tim Merziotis has children that go to Foothill and was one of the parents who received this letter. He also lives near where she was found.
I have 2 little girls and I'm super concerned. I don't want this to happen to anybody or to any parents. I can't even imagine.
Now the family is mourning the loss of their daughter.
We love you so much!
This memorial has been growing all day long as family, friends, and students have been bringing items here to remember her. Now, there will be a candlelight vigil for her this Saturday at 5:30 in this location, and that's at the corner of Spanish Needle Street and Desert Sunflower Circle. Reporting live in Henderson, Brian Will, 8 News Now.
Brian, thank you. Now, while the coroner did release the identity of Hin earlier today, they have not released a cause of death just yet.
But now, we do have a cause of death for JENNALEAH. After her biological father came forward and did an interview sharing more details about her tragic story and how she passed. And during his interview, he didn't play down the argument that JENNALEAH had with her mother and stepfather before she left their home that night. As a matter of fact, he said it was a very big argument. One that drove JENNALEAH to do what she did. He also revealed that it was never shared with him or the public that JENNALEAH left her home with a weapon that night, so he would know how very dire the situation was. He said she also left a note at her home, which caused him great concern. And he's now worried for his other daughter, who's still living with her mother.
The family continues to mourn the loss of their daughter, with many questions remaining. 8 News Now reporter Brian Will spoke to the young woman's biological father, who wants to know how she did get her hands on a gun.
Yeah, very tragic story indeed. JENNALEAH HIN, her father, rushed from California after hearing news about his daughter. He tells me it wasn't until later that he learned there was a note and a gun involved.
Jenna would really love and see, and I thank everybody for all that.
JENNALEAH HIN got his first glimpse of his daughter's makeshift memorial Monday night as support from the community poured in. She was found just a mile from her mother's home on Sunday morning.
Her mom told me that she went missing. You know, and it was like, to me, I thought it was a typical missing teenage story. You know, you're going to come back to your parents after, a night out with your friends.
He had first learned his 17-year-old daughter was missing from her mother. It had been almost 6 months since he had last seen her.
There was a letter that triggered me to come over here, instantly after that.
That letter, something that wasn't shared with the public during the search.
I went out there the next day searching for her, screaming her name everywhere. I saw that, the hikers, they were all looking for her too.
In a preliminary report from Henderson police that the family shared with 8 News Now, it showed Jenna Hin had taken her stepfather's gun and used it on herself.
She had so much, for her in life. She was just a teen, teens make mistakes, honestly.
Now her father is outraged that his daughter was able to get a gun and they weren't upfront about the information.
We found out there was a gun involved, and this is the officer, which is my ex's husband. He didn't lock it up. They had a huge argument. This was no minor argument. This is the huge argument that you can make a child, a teenager, to do the most horrific crime to themselves.
A father that will never hear his daughter again.
I just pray to God that you're listening out there, Jenna. I love you. I miss you.
Now, Hin almost told me he had not been able to see his daughter for months prior to this happening, and now he's worried about his other daughter, who also lives with her mother. Reporting live in the newsroom, Brian Will, 8 News Now.
My heart breaks for her father and all who loved her. This story is so tragic. And now, so many are left trying to wrap their heads around what happened and how they will go on without JENNALEAH in their lives. I'll be praying they find peace as they work their way through this awful nightmare. May JENNALEAH HIN rest in peace. Thank you so very much for watching. If you haven't yet liked this video or subscribed to my channel, I'd really appreciate it if you would. Stay safe out there, hug your children tight, and I'll see you on my next video.